Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night. Anybody come on yet? Well, if one of us or two of us, let us get started. I'm just making sure this phone don't ring and make no noise. So I'm trying to do that. As soon as I do that, I will join you. And we get going right away and see how best we can achieve some things with this live. See if we can get some things out of the way. Yeah, so that is that. Good night, everyone. I trust everybody is doing good. How are you doing? God bless you all. I trust you all having a great week. I am having a good week. It's my birthday week. It will culminate on Saturday, which is the birthday. I want to send birthday wishes to Comrade Philip Connection boss Paul Well. Happy birthday, sir. And I hope you're having a great day. Boy, PNP mash up for true, because normally we'll be having some kind of party soon. A big party out of Port Royal. Philip Paul Well, big party, but I don't think he's doing those big things anymore. I want to also say happy birthday to the one and only. I don't know what to say, what to call him, so I'm going to say Comrade Labourite Cliff Hughes. That would be good, wouldn't it? That would fit him, right? Sometimes the Comrade, sometimes the Labourite. Labourite say my PNP, PNP say my Labourite. I'm having allergy problems with my eyes, so you have to bear with me if I do some little squinting thing going on there, you know. But we're going to plunge right in and we're going to talk about a whole heap of things. I should tell you, I had this live all worked out in my head, walking around the house, talking to myself as I often do, practicing. So, talking to myself about things that I want to talk about. And so, you know, I had it all worked out. But then Lawrence Rowe and Mark Golin get on up and decided that they're just going to just F that up completely and throw it through the window. And so here we are, having a live, and we are doing what? We YouTubing again. And last week it wasn't so great because this StreamYard thing wasn't so good. But thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for your support. And guess what? Because you might not have heard me last week, but did you know that we are now 20,000, almost 21,000 subscribers? Yep. Guess what? You did that. All of you. So, while you're on, while we're going to have some fun tonight, and believe me when I say we're going to have some fun tonight, the issues are serious, but we're going to have a little fun with it because it's the birthday week. We can't take the serious stuff and let it overpower us to the extent that we're not having any fun. Alright, so we're going to have some fun with the whole thing tonight. And we're going to talk a little bit about the seriousness of some of the things too, of course. So once again, happy birthday, Philip Paulwell. Happy birthday, Cliff Hughes. God bless you both. I hope you have great days. Well, each of you, I hope you do have a great birthday and celebration. I enjoy. I know that Paulwell is 29 today. Cliff look about 28, 27. Enjoy yourself, gentlemen. I am hoping that you have a great day. So look at us now, YouTubing. Going to talk about all kind of serious things. Let me see who's saying good night first and who's saying hello, and see if I can heal back some people. Let me see. You've been waiting all day? Pennsylvania, hey Jimmy, how's Pennsylvania? How are things over there? Things good? Veronica, yeah. Chris? Thank you, Papa. How you doing? You want to call in? My God, I don't know. This phone have 28%. I'm kind of hoping that somebody will give me a phone for my birthday. But I think that hope is not going well so far, because I get a new watch. I got a Anne Klein for my birthday. Well, a pre-birthday present. It's quite nice. I'm watch crazy. I love watches. When will the men in the PMP grow some bars and ask Mark to step down? Don't hold your breath, Papa. As a matter of fact, hold on to your bars, because them not going to grow any. And you're not going to let them down. So, call today. Good night. Anderson, good night. Yvonne, good night. Everyone, I'll get back to you with the good night and the hello as we go along. Everybody hear me fine and everything is copacetic and everything is good. For those of you who have watched Game of Thrones, in Game of Thrones, there is always this notion that there are 3 dragons. It's an ancient notion that there are 3 dragons which cannot be tamed. They call them the untamed dragons. But for those of you who watch Game of Thrones, those of you who are Throners, you remember that Cersei once told them that there are no dragons that cannot be tamed. There are no dragons that cannot be brought to its feet. And in the final season 2, in the final episode, Cersei trained those untrained dragons. Why am I telling you about that? Because tonight's episode is about traitors and dragons. And the two always mesh. Because man and mammal. And mammal is a lesser version of human. Same thing. In 1934, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the President of the United States, was looking for a chairman for the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, that deals with, corruption and holding people accountable about money laundering, breaking the law. That was back then. Money laundering is now into something else, but back in 1934, that was the SEC, making sure everybody doing the right thing. And Roosevelt met with some of his advisors and he said to them, I am going to name as the new SEC chairman Mr. Joseph Kennedy, down in Massachusetts, the Boston man, this Irish king, John F. Kennedy father. And Roosevelt said, he will name Kennedy to be the SEC chairman. And Roosevelt's advisor said, are you serious, sir? What are you talking about? I mean, do you know who Joseph P. Kennedy is? Do you know what he has done? Do you know his reputation? And Roosevelt sit on them wheelchair because he have polio and the American people don't know he can't walk. Well, they never have a television in the house at the time, so they wouldn't know. And Roosevelt said, yeah. And one of Roosevelt's advisors came to Roosevelt with a file. And he handed him the file and he said, here, sir, a thick file. And he said, this is Joseph Kennedy's file, sir, which will give you enough reasons not to appoint him as chairman of the SEC. And one advisor asked him, but why? Why would you appoint Joseph Kennedy as chairman of the SEC? This would be a joke. And Roosevelt answered in a very simple way. Roosevelt said, simply, because Roosevelt was a simple man, it takes a crook to catch a crook. And that was the end of it all. Roosevelt thought that Joseph Matalan being a crook, Kennedy, but Matalan never my mind because his name shall be mentioned tonight as well. But Roosevelt thought that Kennedy being a crook, because Kennedy was a crook. He made his millions from bootlegging and all kind of illegal activities down in Boston Harbor, owned all kind of underground club when there was prohibition and nobody should be selling liquor, nobody should be transporting liquor. And that file had pictures, of course, of Kennedy standing on down at the Boston docks, not doing anything, just standing watching them unloading illegal whiskey and illegal cognac and illegal stuff that they're bringing in from France and other place. So the FBI and the President of the United States, Roosevelt, had Kennedy's file. He knew who Kennedy was. He knew what he did. So he knew what kind of man he might hire. And Roosevelt felt that this is the kind of man I need. I mean, if he's a crook, and the way things are going on, we need to catch some of the crooks. So we're going to send the chief crook for him to catch the other crooks. Now, why am I bringing this story to you? It's not a story, it's a fact. It's true. When I look at everybody making a joke about the People's National Party, and for 4 years, a couple of us, used to be more than a couple, but a couple of us have been out here trying to enlighten the Jamaican people about who the people are who hijacked the People's National Party, put us in a position to lose the 2020 elections, and how they went about doing it. Now, these are a group of crooks. Let's hear me out. They hijacked the PNP, and we've been telling that for 4 years. You're tired to hear it from us now. When we started, many of you were skeptical about it. What are we talking about? Politics and we took pains to explain to you that how they went about gaining power for the PNP, into the PNP, was not usual politics. It was Machiavellian politics. Bunting himself admitted that. It was not the usual route that ordinary politicians use to gain power. It was not even a storm in the castle and get the guns and storm the castle and kill everybody and take it over. It wasn't even that. It was underhanded, it was devious, it was evil. The words don't exist to describe how they did it and why they did it just for the power. And after they did that, they fancy themselves the cleverest people on the face of the earth. Nobody's as clever and smart as them. Bunting think him is the cleverest man on God's earth. Him shot him, tuku and give a piece of crap. Every day you look at him swiveling more and more because God don't like ugly. And they think them clever, them think them smart. The loudmouth pedophile Dayton Campbell, him was the bagman, the loudmouth, the one we put in front, the carnival barker, the one where they put on the stage as when that old slave in slavery days that stand up on that makeshift board thing that they make for parade the slaves them, and they put go over there, $2 for this one, $150 for this one, him, yeah, that one, Dayton Campbell. Him was the loudest mouth of them all. And they were successful. And everybody, Peter Bunting and him crew took over the PNP, they brought down Peter Phillips. But the narrative before that was that Peter Phillips, step aside, he lost the 2020 election, and it just seemed like normal politics to everybody. And then we went on the road, and the comrades them told us exactly what happened. People who joined them, who was a part of what was happening. Remember, Bunting lost the 2019 race with Peter Phillips. Him took up in marbles them, the 49 of them. He got 49% of the vote. He took it up and he went around the country keeping parties and building in base and undermining Peter Phillips's leadership. Mark Golding was endorsing candidates, doing video for endorse candidates like my party leader, all kind of things. We tell you these things, it's just necessary to repeat them tonight to say what I have to say to you regarding this Lawrence Rowe issue. And they did all of that. And where I want to start here, so, is this. There are many things we can say about the letter that Mark Golding wrote to Lawrence Rowe. And I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. I have never seen such political novicery. I have never seen such political buffoonery. I have never seen such lack of political understanding, lack of political experience in all my political life. I mean, all the things that he said in that letter showed up very clearly and very brightly to the Jamaican people that they're manning already. And you can't hand over this country to them. So let's look at it. They were trying to remove Lawrence Rowe long before today, long before yesterday, long before January 4th, long before January 10th. It was a process. They gave him the seat to pacify him because of what he did for them. And make no mistake, all of those who doubting that Lawrence will have the goods, me I telling you, Lawrence will have the goods. Now, we're going to talk a little bit further on the road as if it, whether him should do whatever he needs to do or whatever it is. We can talk a little bit about that. Because my only concern now is Lawrence Rowe. Now, after all that he has done to put himself in this position and to destabilize Central Kingston, my heart as a mother, as a sister, as an aunt, as a grandmother, the only way my heart can go is to say that this is a wicked and vicious way in which they discarded him. And I'm using discarded because Matalan newspaper, mouthpiece of the PNP, used that word when they're announcing not Lawrence's departure from Central Kingston. The PNP has discarded. I'm going to read it online. They use the word discarded. It just jump out at me and say, crap. Wicked and vicious way in which they did what they did. When they were trying to remove him the first time, they set a series of traps for him to fall in. And he didn't fall in them. And they tried some other things and it didn't work. Now here's the thing. What makes them political buffoons, what makes them political dons, and why the people of this country will not make them government of this country is this. You, the leader of the party, Mark Golding, the general secretary, the pedophile Dayton Campbell, the chairman, the witch, Angela Brown Burke, and Peter Bunting, the Machiavellian one, who's withering away like when like when mint died in the sun. They were trying to remove Lawrence before. And it was at that time when they attempted to remove him, they started to seek out information about him. Now remember what I told you about Roosevelt and Kennedy. Roosevelt had the file. Roosevelt giving him a dirty job because he is a dirty man. And Roosevelt wanted to see if he can clean up the SEC, which Kennedy did. He cleaned up the SEC and he was rewarded with an ambassadorship to Britain, which was a big thing for him because he is Irish trash. And to be the ambassador at the court of St. James was a big thing for an Irish trash coming from Irish, you know, in father's stowaway and a ship back in the early 18th century, earlier around them time, about 16 something, 17 something, and get stowaway from on a ship when the famine hit Ireland and Scotland, and there was no potato and people were starving, and lots of Irish people just migrate to America. And the Kennedy man, Joseph's grandfather, stored away. So for him to be ambassador at the court of St. James, a big thing for him. But let us not go sidetrack. Roosevelt had Kennedy's file. So if Kennedy try nothing, Roosevelt had the file. He can't try nothing because Roosevelt had the file. Now you are a man, a young fellow, as Lawrence Rowe, to do dirty tricks that work for you. And you don't know nothing about him. Not a thing you don't know about him. The only thing you know about him is what you heard about him. Because you still don't know. You only hear that the man gay. He likes guys. And he does. And guys like him. It's more guys like him than him like guys, you know. So you don't know nothing about the man that you know hire to tear down Imani Duncan Price, to this what's her name, Crystal, up in West Rural, to do a number of nasty, dirty things. You hired him, but you know nothing about him. Absolutely nothing. You have the file. You have one little teeny piece of paper where somebody tell you something, say, you know, say Lawrence gay, and that's the only piece of paper you have. Nothing else you have. But you hire him to go do dirty work. So when the time came for them to start put them derelicts in place to remove him, that's when them start look for dirt on him. And at that time, them couldn't find a pebble. And I want to ask you, the viewers of this live, and the Jamaican people who will be watching this, would you elect a man or a set of people to lead you that would hire a young fellow like Lawrence Rowe with a file, and you don't have the file? Answer the question. You want to lead a country where you hire a young fellow with serious background issues to do serious dirty work from you, and you don't know nothing about him? That alone disqualify you from leading. Not even my dog I don't trust you with. I wouldn't trust you with Eli. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even trust you with Blessing. And Blessing is the outer road dog, go on road, go bad up people and bite up dog and fight all the time and then running in there like a big bad bull. I wouldn't trust you with my dog. I wouldn't trust you with Phoebe, my bird. You want to lead this country, and you hire a man with questionable character. And you hired him because you hear that he would do this. And you hired him because he presented himself willing to do this for you. And you don't know nothing about him. So when you attempted in that first instant to remove him, you failed. You failed because you couldn't find nothing on him. But apart from that, when they tried to remove Lawrence the first time, they also failed because Lawrence pushed back and reminded them of what he has and what he can do. And it was that time they start to look for dirt on the man that you hired. Now try and imagine. Try and imagine Roosevelt hiring Kennedy without knowing that he break every law that there is in the books to make all the millions we have. Without having that information, because he has never been arrested for anything, charged for anything, not even investigated for anything. Everybody just knows him as a crook based on what he does. And you want to be leader of this country, but you hire a man that you know nothing about. Not a thing. And then now you want to destroy his life because you finish with him, you use him, and now you want to discard him. And I told you before, I told you last week, that the things that they did to the Prime Minister through the IC, that they used Justice Panton to do, to bring down the Prime Minister, all of that they did, it was so frequent and so enough and so it just looked so nasty that the Jamaican people, after a little bit, started feeling sorry for the Prime Minister. Them guys that think that them is the cleverest people on the face of the earth. And we're talking about political novice, and them that. Mark Golding fancy himself to be a corporate lawyer. He love to boast about it. I'm a big lawyer. But don't make my money already. Yeah. So I'm not coming out for nothing. Yeah. Looking like a damn handicap. Yeah. He boasts about that. And this educated, Oxford educated, white British born man boasts about his qualifications as a lawyer. Sat down and wrote a letter to a devious character that he hired to conduct devious, undermining, private, secret stuff. And he knew nothing about the man, except him hearsay the man gave. Because I'm sure Lawrence never ever introduced him to a guy yet and said, this is my partner, or this is my friend. This is my friend John. And then he looked at you sheepishly. Then I gave him and introduced him to him friend John. Oh, this is John. Did Lawrence ever say, hi Mark, this is John. John, this is Mark. Have you ever got one of those? So you don't know that's something you hear. You know nothing about Lawrence Rowe, but you decided to utilize his many talents, as Mark Golding highlighted in the letter, to say that this is what the situation is. And you use him, just like you use Craig Oates and all those people. And I wonder to myself a couple of things. when Lawrence Rowe went to the integrity committee, my understanding from the beginning, my understanding was the integrity committee said, based on some bogus information, it's from the beginning. They gave him it because they promised him and he did some things for them on the understanding that he's going to get it. And the moment them fulfill that understanding, do all of the bells and whistles, the selection, the the announcement of all our candidates, once they did all of that, immediately they're moving to gear 2, which is to start now removing, slowly but surely. The pedophile him other way of telling people, we soon get them, yeah man, we'll deal with it. Yeah. Slowly but surely. The minute they did that, the minute they confirmed him and the delegates elected him and him spending money and the fundraising and keep up all kind of things down there, every minute him doing something down there. The minute he did that, is this very same minute they started the process of removing him. Because he not fit the bill. And me agree that he not fit the bill. I've always agreed that they should not have done it. They should not have given it to him, but they couldn't help themselves because he performed dirty work for them. And dirty work which was done on the promise that you're going to let me be the candidate. So Lawrence was not one of those who said, all right, what you want me to do? XY squared said that will cost you 1.2 million. Not Lawrence. Lawrence want to be MP. Yeah? And after you do all of that, you start to chip away little by little in a wicked and vicious and terrible way. You started to, let me tell you, people, this what they did, how they did it, is having serious mental, I can't even begin to imagine what mental anguish Lawrence Rowe suffered during the whole process. Me never agree for them giving him it, Me not think him should have run, But they gave him it knowing full well that he's not going to go get it. They give him, but they know that he's not going to get it. They knew from the moment they gave him. And we can fast forward a little bit before we go back to the sequence of events. And look at Mr. McGregor. They presented him today, this evening, down at Central Kingston. And if all that Mr. McGregor said in his letter to the residents, if we are supposed to take any of that to be true, any of it, even one line of it to be true, then we would say to Mr. McGregor, if that is the case, then you should back out and you should say, listen, this is not a good thing. This is not the way things are done. I never signed up for this. Can't treat this young fella like this. No, but you're not going to do it because you want the power. So you were there, Mr. McGregor. You certainly were there, backing up whatever it is them doing. And I very well suspect that whatever amount of money Mr. McGregor bought the seed for, that 15 million was going to come from that. It's a suspicion that I have. I have no facts to back that up. Just a suspicion. So that foolishness about you're a good man and you're a nice man, that and you being a part of this deliberately wicked and heartless process, don't add up. Those things are diverging. So there we go on that. Why did they decide to give it to him knowing full well that they're not going to give it to him? I'm going to follow the conversation. They gave it to him knowing full well that they're not going to give it to him. They're going to take it back at some point. And they gave it to him and they built him up. And they continue to utilize him. And they continue to use him. And they continue with their Machiavelli under and the dirty, nasty behavior. God is going to burn in hell for it. You're going to burn in hell. First, the Jamaican people is going to punish you for it. That's the first thing. So we said him down there talk about, and PFP is going to win the next election. Oh yeah. Asking everybody down at Central King, so if we get around the candidate so the PFP can win the next election, the Jamaican people is going to make them pay for it. For the wicked act. That's what they did to this young man. He's not a sweet person. him not nice. He made a lot of enemies along his way, his climb to wherever he wants to get to. He made a lot of enemies. But this was a setup from the beginning. And it's wicked. And it's heartless. And the PNP people, they must look at it. It is wicked. Me agreed. From the beginning, they should not have given him the seat. But they could not give him. Because that was the promise. Because they're not man enough. Them not have balls enough. Well, them have balls. If they had a vagina, they would have been able to tell him we don't argue. But them had to placate him by giving it to him and making him go and run up and down and spend him. Oh, Jesus, have mercy, man. Give him, make him go and run up and down and turn himself in an idiot. And then you want to throw out all kind of things about what you say he did. Well, we go back to the Integrity Committee. The Integrity Committee at first said I'm not going to confirm Lawrence Rowe based on some little flimsy argument about that phone scandal thing. I'm not going to call about the name tonight. I'm not going to go back to that phone scandal thing, because that bigger than Lawrence Rowe. Lawrence was just trying at the last minute to get in at the tail end of that. And the amount of backside people, candidates, MPs, senators were involved in that. Don't bother make us start. Don't bother make us start. So when them said this phone thing that Lawrence Rowe was involved in and them now going to give him, Lawrence Rowe went and got the evidence and presented to them. And they signed off on him. They signed off on him after he presented them with the evidence, the information that they asked for. So Mark, in his letter, is a damn liar. Mark is, well, why am I telling you that? Mark is a liar. Mark has always been a damn liar. So when he put in that letter after, when he put that letter about, let me remind you about the Integrity Committee had said that you are not fit and proper. This feisty, this nasty, feisty, raw, white British man, and upon the Jamaican bad color picnic, the son of slave owners, were mixed up from all over the place, so make him so bad color. Never mind Lawrence Rowe, yes, you're bad color, but you're coming from slave owners. You're coming from slaves, from slaves. And this man, look upon this youth and tell him, say, I made the Integrity Committee say that they're not confirming you, but I am doing it out of the goodness of my heart. You know, when them look rank this where the background master said to the little black man, all right, them now give you, I'm going to give you. Never mind, pat you on your head, never mind. You come back, I give it to you. You go do what Backer say. You follow my instructions. I make you do it. You do it. You get it money. You get the seat. Whatever Backer does. And then you come write letter, which is bad in itself, but also lie. And these people want to lead me carry to see the cross. Uno, I can allow them people there to lead Uno. Listen to me, Jamaicans. If, as a leader, you can't look at a man and say, yeah, we know, let me have a talk with you. I promise you this, and we told you we'd give you this, but it's not going to happen. Now, we'd like to just talk with you about how else we can, you know, what else you can do, and how else we can work together because you're a talented youth. Do that early, man. A leader wouldn't do that. Peter Phillips would do that. First of all, PJ wouldn't promise him it, because PJ never used to promise people things. PJ hate that. PJ not promise a soul a thing. PJ only move after all the processes have been exhausted. That's all the time PJ move. So sometimes people used to say that PJ is wimpy. But PJ was wimpy but smart in most ways. Because take for example the matter between Patrick Roberts and Dr. Blake. Is after everything was exhausted that PJ came to the NEC at St. Mary and said it's going to be Patrick Roberts. And very nicely spoke to Dr. Blake and make him know this thing go. And in an ordinary PNP, this would not be the case. In an ordinary PNP, who knows, here's Lawrence Rowe not the candidate, and Lawrence Rowe knew that he would not be the candidate under Peter Phillips. Lawrence Rowe knew that under Portia Simpson Miller, he would not be the candidate. And that PJ Pan said, oh God, no. He would not be. So he joined forces with like-minded people who use him for his talents. And he joined forces with them because they would give it to him. He wouldn't get it any other way. He couldn't even done it for a minute. Lawrence spent most of his earlier part of his political life down in Central Kingston, disrupting the whole damn thing. Disrupting it. Disrupting Roddy Twaits, disrupting Victor Cummings, disrupting the next one we're dead from down Raytown, disrupting everybody. Running for chairman, running for this, mashing up that, go and meet and create scene, carry out a man, go meeting, carry out a girl, go places. Lawrence Rowe is a classic political disruptor. Down at Central Kingston, he never made fun. He mashed up everything. Disrupted everything. And they decided to use him and never have the guts to say to him, at the end of it all, after him jump ship on Angela and decides him now support she, because like all of us, he slowly discovered that the Burkes are wicked, heartless, non-humans. Yeah. And after he discovered that, him jump ship on Angela like the jump ship on her. Because Angela can't keep no people around her. Angela don't have no people that loyal to her. She mashed up that ship a long time. And after he did that, they still continue to let him stay there, knowing full well that they're grooming the policeman to take over the seat. Now, even the tractor, the people in Central Kingston who not supporting Lawrence Rowe, even them agree that they should not have done that. It is a wicked and terrible act. It's dreadful. It's awful. It's not good. It's not nice. Mark Golding, this white man from Britain, the only white man that PNP, when the PNP delegates and sell them votes to, the man that take one man the party and want to give it to a man that nobody no know. This wicked, heartless, white British man, along with him house slave, the pedophile, and this man that spent his life just seeking power, Peter Bunting, line up the youth and use him to achieve their goals. From as early as 2015, Lawrence Rowe was there doing them bidding, doing things for them on their behalf. And I spoke about the matter of the justices of the peace that signed those letters for the young ladies that said Dayton Campbell sexually abused them when they were underage. Lawrence Rowe deep into that, you know. Deep into that. Him not only did I look for the JP them, because Dayton and Angela sent him to go find the JP them and make their lives miserable. That was his role. To go find the JP them and get them to say a lie. Find the JP them and offer them money and make them say a lie. That kind of dirty work, and that was the work. In fine, I didn't know how them and Robert didn't make it up, but I know me find Colleen and Colleen give it to him in certain terms. But that was the job. But while Lawrence Rowe was doing that, Lawrence Rowe also knows some of the young women that Dayton sexually abused when they were underage. Lawrence Rowe did a lot of things to take care of some of those and cover up some of that. He was part of that engineering group. What the next day I made that name? Ali Button, Ali Brown, whatever their name is. Come out and threaten Dayton that them have the keys, they know where the bones are, and them know where the bodies are buried. None of them idiot, they know nothing about bones and keys and bodies. Them the fool. Them the fool. We are put things in writing per Facebook. Them the fool being led by a man. We are writing a paper. We are write in a letter. So me make you get it after the man, them will be a point to make sure you don't get it, don't give up. God, they had to help the PNP. And them man that them a follow. Because them man they think them clever. Now, while them are undermine Lawrence Rowe and trying to remove him, them and him a WhatsApp. And Lawrence are sending them voice note and them a voice back note a vice note back, Lawrence, you really don't know what I deal with, you know. You don't know what I deal with. That's why I got to the story with Roosevelt and Kennedy. You don't know what you're dealing with. You get the young youth to do the bidding. I don't know what I deal with. You don't have nothing for them. Not a thing. You don't have a piece of paper. And my guess is, and this is just a guess, my guess is Lawrence Rowe might very well already pen a letter to the US Embassy about some other things. That's what I'm doing. What the hell is wrong with you? You're going after this youth in a vicious and unkind and wicked way. I will still not know what I deal with. Just like how you come after me, not knowing what you're dealing with. You can't even lead a flock of ants to a sugar hill. You can't even dig up your ants and say, see sugar there. You can't even do that. You have to go after a man. You have to get information. You have to know your enemy. You don't know what show. Or because you don't have too much education, you don't know what show. You don't watch TV. No, you don't watch TV. You don't watch movies. You don't read the book. You don't take in things. You know, world things. Things that happen around you every damn day. You don't take it in. Things just happen around you every day and you don't take in. What? You know, overeducated, so simple things slip on your mind. And yet you don't think you're so clever. You're going after people, but you not even have a piece of paper on them. So by the time the hammer hit the thing, the only thing that you can come with is that man is gay. Listen to me. Every US, Canadian and British political groups that I'm a part of, every LGBTQ groups that I am a part of, is taking an interest in this. One woman from don't remember, said, is it because he's gay, Karen? Them people are jumpy, you know. Them people are very jumpy. Them bit pay Mr. Pitt a visit. When me that rub him out on me. The world wants to know. Black Lives Matter wants to know. I suppose them probably talk to Natalie as well. Them want to know. Britain wants to know. The YouTubers from the UK, Karen, what is this about? Why? What is wrong with this opposition? King Charles III opposition. No. I want to talk to Justice Panton because you are the man. But before I go to Justice Panton, let's talk about the polls where them say Lawrence now leading her. And the role that the Don play in those polls. Because it is my humble view and opinion, and there are some facts to back it up, that the Don, while him not running the day-to-day operations of his polling establishment, and that is being run by his daughter, I am not going to mix up his daughter in the whole political thing. I don't know her. She's not involved in the politics. We don't see her out there. Nobody not saying is Donna and this thing. It's Donna and this thing. So we're not trouble your daughter. Don. But for every poll that they show to Dayton Campbell that goes against Lawrence, there is a poll that the Don give to Lawrence that shows that in favor of Lawrence. Jamaica. For every poll that Dempsey Lawrence is behind that the Don give them, there is a poll that the Don also give to Lawrence. No poll now, Don now publish. Any poll that Don publish or Don do, Lawrence have access to it. Every poll. So, for Jamaica 411 talk today about the other 10 constituencies that them probably pay for too. But we tell you in a long time, says by them buying constituency, Wavell Hines bought his way into the PMP through Southeast send and Lisa and a constituency, and Lisa and people them fling up stone for him and run him where him run where the thief in ugly lying council where they bring him, she run where till the people vote she out, and him run where she run where, but him fear of better them give him Jeff General Secretary, and then them give him Horace Daly seat, and Horace Daly is going to sabotage him, not to mention the rest of them. So the poor man is a thing. But the Don is knee deep into all of this nastiness as well. The Don, who has no reputation left. But him fine with that because making some millions. And he's now owned by Bacramasa. So there is the pool argument about pool and pool. And Lawrence have access to pools that say the opposite. Pools are a simple thing, You frame, you ask a question one way, you get 2. You ask it another way, you get 5. A data, it can be manipulated, that's how it works. But that is not the point. The point I want to bring across to you is that they have been doing it from the beginning. That is their intention. Give it to him. Make him hold on to, because we promise it to him. We send him go do them something here. We send him go look for the JP them against Karen Cross. We make sure that the police call in the JP them and terrorize them. Yeah. And we send him go do this and we send him go do that. So we could make him go and hold it now. Yeah, we can go and hold it because we already had an election call here. That must have been 22 or 23. Not now go on a area, so I could go and make him think say him a hold it. And him a drive up and down in a mark vehicle and him up and down and him a mark a friend and whatever. So we could make him go and hold it until we're ready. Now it comes down to and them do it. Jesus have mercy, man. Them do it while them a tell McGregor just hold on. Just hold on. Them a do that while them a tell McGregor, don't worry, it's yours. Them never have the guts and the balls and the decency to tell the man say, from the beginning, Lawrence, we know we promise you it. But make him start ball from them time there. It would have been easier. It would have been easier. Yeah. Lawrence Rowe is a sad little youth tonight because he chose a path. The path that he chose is his. It was his choosing. There's a way that he decided that him going in order to satisfy his appetite to be member of parliament. I know him had to go against Peter Phillips and undermine Peter Phillips and undermine Portia. He was deep into all of them things there. Deep into the undermining of Portia, deep into the undermining of Peter Phillips. He was deep into all kind of undermining in the region 3. Every little fracas in the region 3, him was behind the scenes doing all kind of crap. Because that was him thing. And after that, how do you tell him that we can't give you again? Because you're not decent man. And the thing that baffles me about the whole fracas from yesterday to today is that people are feigning surprise. We can't believe that. Oh, the man them do that, man. What kind of question is that? Are you stupid? Are you stupid, Jamaica? We've been telling you this is what the man them do. They did not bunting challenge Peter Phillips. It was his right to challenge anybody he want to challenge. Because I remember the PMP. He challenged. He lost. He couldn't stand the fact that he lost to Peter Phillips. And so after he lost, he decided that I'll take it another way. And they went about taking it another way which leads us to where we are. What makes you believe that anything would have changed? This is the way they have been operating since they started to take it over. From 2015, Mountain has been at it. And the universe stepped in and... Can you say that by YouTube? The universe stepped in and F off when they make him lose his seat. And then him installed this white man who him knew. Bunting knew that Mark would make it. Bunting knew that Mark would have faced this backlash. But that was the only thing to keep him relevant by making it the Mark. Bunting knew. But he knew Mark a British citizen. But he knew Mark having British passport. But he knew how we feel about going back. But he knew to entertain those conversations when we're talking about black man time and this and that. But he used to pretend. I don't know if it was pretending. It seemed genuine at the time, quite frankly. That, black men, educated black men, businessmen, must take control of the politics of this country, and Ray used to have those views. So why else would he, after losing his seat, install Mark? Except that he knew that Mark was going to cut it, and Mark is just a big buffoon who's going to dance like an idiot and jump up like a monkey and put chain around my neck and go talk about dead people for vote and calling black people, a black member of parliament, look a boy. How else? This is what they do. There's no surprise. Nobody should be feigning surprise. Nobody should be saying, oh God, what a wicked set. Of course there is a wicked set. What does it take? Mark December 1, Natalie Nita behind him in a parliament. They went after Lisa Anna in a vicious kind of way. It's because Lisa Anna is a strong black woman to fight back. And she had some people out here who back her up and with a fling stone and bust all of them head. That's why they lose that battle. But they went after her with a viciousness. The whole of them was down there meeting per farm, in a wizzy farm. And I hire caterers who tape them and record them and blackmail them. What do you mean you're surprised? What do you mean you can't believe it, and why? And what a wicked man them. What kind of question is that? This is what they have been doing on no seat. You can't see it? We've been telling you for 4 years. This is what they are doing. And this is what, and Dayton Campbell, from time to time, say all of the quiet parts out loud. Exactly how they took over the PNP, exactly what they brought it to, exactly what they're doing to it now is exactly how they intend to behave in Jamaica, like bringing tariffs, putting tariffs on imported goods that poor people are going to buy, and then poor people end up paying the money for that tariff. Them not hide. They are very clear as to what they want to do. Them never hide what they do. It's as clear as day, and all under their seat and not talk about why. People call me for the phone. Big PNP, big risers call me for the phone and cry. While Lawrence was on with Cliff Hughes. Oh, Karen, Jesus Christ, Karen. No, sir. What do you mean, no, sir? You didn't tell them with them. We told you that this is what they do. This is who they are. They have no integrity, no character. We tell you, what is it that you don't know? So I want to ask Justice Panton this. I want to tell the Dan first. We see you. Dan, we see you. We know where you're there, pan. Now, Mark Golding is King Charles III opposition leader. And I can tell you that King Charles III people them gravely disappointed the Mark Golding. Gravely disappointed in him. And King Charles would rather have a black. King Charles himself, Palace would rather have a black opposition leader. Because Mark Golding has begun to be an headache in reigniting this whole thing about slavery and white man and British man controlling Jamaica. Oh yeah. There's talk about that amongst many British parliamentarians and British aristocrats who, don't get them just chatting in groups. I'm a fortunate person. I consider myself a very lucky woman to be involved in such things like those. This is what they do. The opposition leader in King Charles III Parliament. The opposition leader in King Charles III Parliament in the island of Jamaica is selling King Charles III Senate seats. Justice Panton, only link up Justice Panton for me. Tell him to get a beer and come. The opposition leader in King Charles III Parliament is selling King Charles Senate seat. Senate seats that don't belong to him. Even if him is the opposition leader who have 8, them don't belong to him. These are King Charles III Senate seats, which are supposed to be held in trust by the Governor General on behalf of the people of Jamaica, representing King Charles III, my king. And the opposition leader, who is supposed to be the other half of King Charles III government, holding in trust King Charles III Parliament, is selling the seats. Selling them, offering them to the highest bidder. The selling of seats started with Angela Brownburg and Dayton Campbell. It was them who started selling the seats, telling people like Dr. Dawes, you want the seat? Come in with the money, I could pay for the poll, and I could say the poll say you. Wavell Hines, you want a seat? Come in with the money, I could get the poll done, and we'll say the poll say you. 49% of Southeast and people say Wavell Hines. Remember that poll? Done by the Don? Yeah. They'll come in with the money, and God knows how much more. 411 did a whole calculation of it. Go listen to that video. How many people, scandalous behavior in the People's National Party. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should be surprised about how these people operate. So I want to ask Justice Panton, don't you believe, sir, as leader of this IC commission, and just today we decided that when the new government is formed and this IC commission done them term of service, we need a new IC commission. I can't name IC because that name has been, muddy up name. It can't name Integrity Commission anymore. You name it that again, as people hear it, it's going to rile them. So can't name so again. But I want to ask you, Justice Panton. Somebody get Justice Panton there? We're having fun, 31.6% of delegates voted for Wavell Hines. Thank you, Michelle. 31.6%. After them say the whole of Southeast and 49% of them want him. Oh, we can call it BC. Good idea. And so tell me now, Justice Panton. Anybody link him up here? Don't you believe, sir, as the justice who is promised the Governor Generalship by Mark Golding, because I'm sure Mark Golding promised you that he's going to make you Governor General. In Justice Panton, that's just me running off my mouth. Let's have some fun, man. Justice Panton, Mark, tell us I'm going to make you Governor General. It would be nice to have a nice justice like you as Governor General, but you're F it up already. So we can't be, we don't raise hell. We don't tell King Charles, no. Maybe it might be William them time. We said no, we can't, no. We don't make nice. And we have enough British vice to make nice. But don't you think, Justice Panton, that this is a matter to be looked into? Not to foster the PNP nastiness, headed by Mark Golding and him pedophile, and Bunting and Angela Brownburg. Not to get involved in that. But don't you believe, sir, as the head of this organization who's supposed to be looking into the proper behavior of public servants, don't you believe, sir, that this is something you should seek some clarification on? Write to the leader of the opposition. What do you mean about this 15 million thing on this seat? Talk to him about King Charles III Senate seat that he proposed to give to Lawrence Rowe, which is just boggling. I mean, it's baffling to the ordinary mind that you tell the man, say, him can't sit in the lower house. You tell him that him can't face the electorate. The people must not be given a chance to say yay or nay to him. Him not fit and proper for that. Hello, you can't deny it, You could have sent out fictitious letter till you fool because them sent out, you see the letter them sent out today? Nobody named to it. There's nobody named to it. You know what name they put on it? Norman Manley Party. That's it, just that. Them saw them over say and them sign it PNP. Norman Manley Party. Nobody no put them name to it, Everybody afraid to put them name to it. Nobody never put them name to it. Then put poor Norman Manley on it. Norman Manley Party, PNP. It's a book, or it's a building, or something, I don't know. Want to see that? Yeah. But just sign it. And you tell this man that we are not going to allow you to go to the people of Central Kingston and ask them to vote for you and let them get an opportunity to say yay or nay. We're not going to do that because you're not fit and proper. You're not fit. You're not proper. That damn facing piece of crap. That nasty little white man who somebody need to box him across him red face, and I'm not promoting no violence. But boxing him across him red face is not violence. No violence. What somebody need to box him? Any day I see Mark, I go box him. Any day I see Mark up close, I go box him. He need a solid box. If you just get him up and make him so rotten, we need to leave this thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was good. Sandra, we're not stay. Somebody need to box him. This facey ranking piece of crap. String along the youth. Set him up. Give him the seat knowing that he not give him. Jesus Christ. It's what I'm doing now. You know when people call me already. Jesus have mercy. Me have just put on the tablet because the phone don't work so good. It's a tablet never rely on. Forget those calls. Me have to just put it one side. Forget to clean up my yard. If you just spend the whole damn day talking to people. Boy, Karen, Jano, if me never understand, somebody very soberly say to me, arise, representative, I have never understood, he said to me, why you're still out here. Those are his words he used. So what do you mean by that? Him say, I have never understood why the amount of people that check you, the amount of people that try to bring you back in, why you resisted that. I have never understood it. And him say, I understand it now. Do you, Jamaica, understand it? Do you, the PNP people, we are calling me bitter and wicked? And oh, me I look Mark and Mark no want me. Oh, me I look Mark. And Mark no want me. Boy, it would be a sad thing for me. It would be a sad day for me to be looking Mark and Mark don't want me. That would be me going to jump off the gully or something. That would be a sad thing. But that one accusing me half. Oh, me hate Mark. I don't hate Mark. I don't hate none of them. Not one of them. Not even Angela. I don't hate none of them. That's why I feel so free to talk. Because I don't hate them. If I could experience the emotion of hate, I probably wouldn't be doing all of this, believe me. But I can't experience that emotion, and I like it that I do experience the emotion of hate. Lawrence, Rowe and I, we were close back when we were in YO and when we were in Region 3 and when him make pay trouble down at Central Kingston and Paul will send me down there and Omar send me down there and trying to sort out things back in the day. And with all that I have said about Lawrence Rowe, when we buck up a road, and if anybody should pass and see us, you would think we are boots and body. Because Lawrence Rowe don't know how to carry grudge. If he come after you, and when he's done with you, him see you and him try to hug you. Me, I come after you, I go after you, and when me see you, I hear you that. But if you want to make sure you're a problem, that's your issue, not mine. Everybody in my yard and my community know that. Everybody in my family, everybody that knows me, know when me done. Now I've nothing to do with me see you tomorrow or the next day. If you want to make sure you're a problem. One day I see Bunting at the bank. One morning I was in the bank and see my head round to the back. To go check maybe the manager about him money them. It's because the bank's so quiet and nice. Me don't go shout out, Mercat! But he never come back out before I left. But anyway, how can you believe, Justice Panton, that this is not something to look into? The selling of Senate seats by the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, who keep telling people that he's going to be Prime Minister of the country. My Jamaican sisters and brothers, I want to listen to me very carefully. I met Andrew Holness in 1997 when he came to West Central St. Andrew. And I'm going to do a comparison between him and Mark Golding for you. A very honest comparison. And I want you to listen to me. Andrew Holness came to West Central in 1997. In the first election, he lost the elections. And they claimed that there were some boxes that were missing. That is, those things are history now, you know, but that was a claim. And the electoral office decided I'm going to run back over, I think it was 3 or 4 boxes, don't quite remember how many. But I'm going to run over those boxes between Andrew Holness and Warren Blake. When the dust settled on election day to run over back those 4 boxes, not election day, on election day, they run over those 4 boxes. I think it was Beatrice Crescent who were at, and Andrew Holness came round there. And he creeped up behind me, and he said, "This is Karen Cross." That time, he was just a young youth looking very shabby, wearing those suits were a little bit big for him. I think his sister used to work at Macy's and buy those suits for him. They were classy suits that just looked a little too big for him. And he had the bag, and I remember what they said to him, that nice suit, just need to, fit right. And he told me, his sister buy them for him. She worked at Macy's. And we had a nice conversation. When Patrick Roberts came and ran against Andrew Holness that first time, an incident took place out of the constituency office on Seaward Drive. 1 hour around in the night, excitement, election in the year, election time I go on, and whole heap of things, and motorcade and vehicle and music and rum drinking, all kind of excitement. I was a campaign administrator. Now the office, here, boom, boom, 2 shots. And everybody start lie flat, run, hide, whatever. I'm not brave or anything like that. But gunshot never ever get me running yet because I might run in it. The best thing for me when I hear gunshot is to stay put. Unless it lick me, stay put. So stay put. When the dust settled, the argument was that some of Andrew Holness people then pass by and shoot up the constituency office. That was the argument. Immediately. And PAP people start cussing, Ray and man say, Ray, tell who liberate them to shoot up the office and Ray and all of that. Everybody get jumpy. Everybody out the road now that the Migla Seaward Drive. Opining about it, calling about it, call party headquarters, Maxine Henry Wilson, says she's going to come down or somebody going to come down. We don't know. But a whole heap of things are going on. Andrew Holness drove on the scene at Seaward Drive. Many of you PMP people in the West Central remember. And he came out of his vehicle and stood in the middle of Seaward Drive in front of the constituency office on Seaward Drive. And he stood there and PMP people met nice him and a female man them. Of course, about not fling the stone, about not fire no shot, about not beat up the body. People just attack. Tempers are boil over. But something about it suggests that it wasn't as it seemed. Something about it suggests that, it wasn't as it seemed. And I went across the road where Andrew Holness was. And I said to him, now him said to me, it's what one, because, we don't know nothing about this. Nobody no pass here, so nobody with a coverage, so we just hear about that corpus and down so with it. And Patrick came across, and Patrick said to him, it's all right, man, we know what happened. Patrick said to Holness, we know what happened. It's all right, not right. And Patrick, look at me, and I get what I talk about. I said, okay. So I said, there's no quarrel then. And him and Patrick talked for a while, and things calmed down, and nobody know I licked on nobody. Nobody no want to shoot nobody. Nobody no want to shoot up nowhere because them shoot up someplace. Not a soul. Everything settled down. And he stayed for a little bit and then he left. All it was one idiot with a gun. Nobody knew what transpired with him except the shot went off. And that fool run around the gully bank. And it was a PMP youth. Why I brought that up? That was my first interaction with Andrew Holness in a somewhat crisis situation. And I remembered it the other day. I remembered it just thinking about the whole thing about elections coming up, what the IC has done to paint a picture of the Prime Minister of the country about what he did that do and what he did and what he did that do. And I thought about it. I thought about it. It just came to me. And I remembered how he handled it. And from that day, night on, everything went smoothly with the election campaign. And I should tell you that when I look at how the judge handled Trump case, because Trump is president-elect, I said to myself, I wonder if Justice Panton and his crew understanding how this thing works. The judge could not sentence Trump, could not give him a prison sentence, could not even give him a suspended sentence. Why? Because the judge have to take into consideration that this man, in a couple of days, will be the president of the United States again. And he as a judge must not add any undue stress on the job of the presidency. Not the president, not the man himself, the presidency. He can't add no undue stress. He can't put nothing that would in any way, shape, or form interfere with the job, the office of the presidency. And that is what I have been talking about when I was telling you all along that the IC did a terrible thing by going after the Prime Minister of the land. And it did, and it has affected the Prime Minister of the country, who's responsible for the country. Not responsible for JLP, responsible for JLP and PNP and no P and all P. And the IC, without a preponderance of evidence, preponderance of evidence, went after the Prime Minister on the instruction of Mark Golding, instructing Justice Panton, and caused undue stress on the office of the Prime Ministership in seeking power. You should not be surprised by what they have done to Lawrence Rowe. You should be saying, Jesus Christ, me can't believe it. The man, them wicked enough. Follow how they have operated. The whole thing with the Prime Minister started when Justice Panton joined the IC. And in following Mark Golding instructions, nobody can tell me otherwise. Mark Golding was out there talking about illicit sex, remember? All of that. So Justice Panton, I'm asking you again. Don't you believe, sir? Let me look into the camera so that when them send it to you, you can answer me the point. I hear that Justice Panton said that he quite like how I talk. Justice Panton, sir, with all due respect to you, don't you think that would be wise to at least look into the matter of the selling of King Charles III Senate seats? No? Don't you think? Don't you think, sir? They should look into that. No? No? Mark Golding, Peter Bunting, Dayton Campbell. Them three there first. They set out a plan as to how to take control of the PNP. Dayton Campbell did all the talking. Scandalize and slander Peter Phillips' name. He never had to do it. He never had to. There was a practiced way in which people get power in the PNP. But them take another way. Them decided that them going out to destroy Peter Phillips. Just like how they decided that they're going to destroy Lawrence Rowe. And Peter Phillips never did anything to them, except him announced that he was going to look into them financial dealings if he should become Prime Minister. They went after him with a vengeance. And Uno, see them, watch them how them operate, and I tell people, say, because of the party, someone don't know what that mean. Because me love my party. Love what? Who don't know what love mean? Love means sacrifice. That's what love means. You don't love your country. If you love your country, you'll be talking crap about me a PNP. So me have to vote PNP. And you love your country? How does those two things? You ever set a man who used devious, underhanded, wicked and evil means to attain power in one of the political parties, and you consider giving them power of this country because you love your party? You don't even know what that mean. Me a PNP, who me a PNP, what that mean? What does that mean? Which part of that have any kind of meaning for you to equate it with your family and your community and your country? Which part of that belong? Who me a PNP? You're PNP. You're PNP. You are so PNP. You are so PNP. You are so Jamaican. Eastern Westmoreland. You are so PNP that you are willing to put your children at risk by electing Dayton Campbell to be a member of Parliament, Eastern Westmoreland. That's how PNP you are. Oh, me a PNP. Yo, me a PNP. I love my country, you know. Boy, I love Jamaica. I not left here, you know. What kind of love you have for Jamaica? If you are willing to place your children into the hands of a pedophile, how much love is that? Which kind of love is that? Explain it to me. Because me is a woman, me in love with love. Me in love with love so much I'm a fool about it. So explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Which part of that suggests that you love your country and love your party? Which part? So much that you are willing to put into the hands of a pedophile, a man who orchestrated the takedown of the party that you say you love, orchestrated the takedown of the leader of the party that you said you love, and you are now considering to put him into King Charles III Parliament and put your own children at risk because you are PNP? Explain that to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Explain it to me how that works. Someone up on Facebook. And all of those who join with the man them, Damien get a seat, so Damien supporters them line up behind them because Damien get a seat. And them a PNP. I could just want to win. I could just win, no man. One person told me this morning, why carrying them I try to distract you, you know. I could just want to win that thing, yeah. And I said, but you're an idiot. Which school you go to again? I'm telling you, I forgot I went to Casey. I am sorry, Casey is they come to champs at my school. You went to Casey and chatted that crap? Me could just win. Me could just win what? Win what? With who? Or with whom? With who are we with? Mark Golding. This morning, Michelle and I was on the phone having a good laugh. Me I clean my bathroom and she did for a regular idleness, trying to remind me of things and make sure me I write my notes there, man. Being like my dear mother, I will running through the prime ministers of this country. Prime Minister Michael Joshua Norman Manley. Prime Minister Edward Philip George Siaga. Prime Minister Percival Noel James Patterson, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller. All of that sound right. It sounds good. And then we're going to try out Prime Minister Mark Golding. Damn! That does sound good, not even. That doesn't sound good coming out of my mouth. That doesn't sound good coming out. What's the matter with you? You want to get to that man here. Why? For what? Can you PNP? Huh? That's a problem with the black people. We don't always want to get rid of somebody to replace that somebody don't want to get rid of with somebody who don't know nothing about. And then 2 weeks after, Janu. Yeah. Want to get rid of that man here. For what? For who? For the British white man? Because you're PNP? Well, hear me tonight, all of you. Me a PNP. I mean now vote for Paul Buchanan. Me a PNP. I mean not voting for Paul Buchanan. And I do not care anymore which one win the seat and which one lose the seat. Because good PNP people, the PNP people we're talking about, you know, so we are not with Mark Golding, but we just want to win. What the rest is wrong with you? You're not with Mark Golding, but you just want to win? What is that? What the hell is that? You're an idiot or what? And that the problem with you is that no one go basic school. You know, so we are not with Mark. Karen, nobody got no Mark Golding. Nobody not with Mark Golding. Nobody. Everybody, nobody at PNP not with Mark Golding. And just him and Peter Bunting and Dayton and Angela. But they are not with them. But we are PNP and we want to win. You are not with him, but you don't listen to yourself. Are you listening to yourselves? I'm saying to the good PNP them in Jamaica, when they don't have to vote. When they don't have to vote. Do not vote in these people. The people of Eastern Westmoreland should not vote in Dayton Campbell to be their member of parliament. I licked my finger a while ago. I want to cause it. But they should not do that. The people of South St. James should not elect Bunting side chick who set up those WhatsApp groups and in there excoriated and saying things about Peter Phillips. This little dirty girl don't know nothing about Peter Phillips. Never ever go to a PNP group meeting. Never ever walk down one lane, go drop off one chicken you a old man on behalf of the PNP. Never ever do nothing for PNP and in a group I come talk about Peter Phillips, I idiot. And now want the PNP people them who love to say, oh me a PNP. Me a PNP. Oh me a PNP, man a PNP. PNP may I ask, you know what that mean? Do you know what that means? That means you must learn to make sacrifices if you are PNP. Do you love your country? Why do you carry me? I love my country. That means you have to make sacrifices for your country because love is about sacrifices. It's not about you. Love is not about you. So when I tell you that I love my community, I have to action that. How do I action that? In any small way I can. My entire friend and family, I wonder why to write me I see up the whole of the community. From top to bottom, I want to look a fellow flanker to help me a morning time. Me give him money. Not every morning, every other morning. The square clean from top to bottom. Everybody's admiring it because I want it clean. I love my community and I want my surroundings to be clean. Action that. You love your party. Let us all get together and make sure them traitors here. The CM set that undermine the party and cause us to lose the 2020 election, that use Lawrence Rowe in that endeavor, and now throwing him out in a most unceremonious way, disgusting, underhanded and evil way. The PNP that you say you love, being led by Mark Golding, who only selling a vote too. Out there run up on the mouth, but now PNP I want to get rid of man. When you don't understand yourself, but now PNP. Only to be surprised and wondering and talking about John who them shouldn't do this like this. Lawrence was not a nice person. He's not. He making bed and have to lie in it. But God man must smart the picnic and come from humble beginnings. I don't know if his mother is still around or his father. I smell the picnic. Don't treat him like that. You never intend to give it to him. Just tell him. Because we know you never intended to give it to him. And that is why the factions that are against him wasn't worried. Because they knew that he wasn't going to get it. Because he never fit the mold. He never Tapenaris. He never went to Harvard or Princeton. And certainly never, but I've shown Lawrence this one or two things at university up at UW. We did some things up at UW, but I mean, him not fit the bill. Him don't fit the bill. No. So they never intended to give it to him. It's all them toy with him, used him, abused him, and now intend to come out in them usual way to come finish it, them can't finish him up. God help you, brother, if you never come to come try that. Tell God, say me, Karen Cecilia, tell him that. If you ever try to come tear down Lawrence Rowe, you better back that up. If you don't know me, you know. Are you, Angela, and the pedophile, you better back the hell up and back off. You don't know if I was on I would just chill. So to do that to the youth, and people must not be surprised because them do it to Peter Phillips, them do it to Imani, them do it to young Arton, them do it to Dwayne Vaz, them do it to Crystal, them do it all over the place. What I talk about a behave like a surprise. Clearly, I thought to myself this morning that they must have them 32 seats lined up. Why they would take the chance or the risk that they have taken to put Central Kingston in this disarray. Because if I know Lawrence Rowe, and I do know Lawrence Rowe, we are members of the same damn church. So I know Lawrence Rowe. If Steve McGregor ever win Central Kingston, he would be the greatest politician ever walked the earth in Jamaica. So I'd like to see him try. I would really like to see him try. The Jamaican people must understand. Let me look at my new watch. It's a sure enough thing. Oh man. What time is it? Oh, alright then. If the Jamaican people are serious about loving your country, and if the PNP people are serious about loving their party and loving your country and loving your community and your children, then you ought to take a step back and know that there are some candidates that you must not vote for. Dayton Campbell you must not vote for. Peter Bunting you must not vote for. The side chick Nikisha you must not vote for. Dr. Dawes, they did the same thing to Alric. What they're doing to Lawrence. And Alric was a part of that engineering team too. But Alric don't fit the mold because Dr. Dawes is a doctor. He's a doctor, you know. He's a doctor. He's tall. He's a tall doctor. He's good looking. Oh, he's sexy and nice. Not that sexy. Just tall men, not usually that sexy. I'm too tall to be sexy. I'm telling you, I'm in love with love, so. I know. Justice Panton and Dan Anderson have done irreparable damage to this country and to the office, not the man, but the office of Prime Minister of this country through their craven, disgusting, money-grabbing ways. And the people of Jamaica, all of you, must come together. All of you must now join the resistance. And if we start a resistance, we will join UNO. Everybody must now join the resistance and decide and make up your mind that you're not going to vote for certain candidates. You're not going to make them go into parliament. You're not going to make Mark Golding Prime Minister of this country. It don't look good. It would look good for Jamaica. It would look good for UNO. And all of UNO PNP, and I know, most of you tell me, so UNO not with Mark Golding. But Lord, Karen, because I just want PNP win. And I ask you to your face, and I'm asking you again, what does that mean for you? What does that mean? Do you think that mean that Mark, you're going to use Mark? Or Bunting? Or whatever? that uppity black fat pedophile general secretary, you know thing? Jamaica. Take a look. You see the picture on this live? I did that deliberately for you to see that these are the people that you are proposing to lead this country. Take a good look at them. These are the people you will see day in, day out. I don't know what them promised Mr. McGregor. Probably National Security Minister. I don't know. But I'm sure some people are going to dig up some things on Mr. McGregor. It's not going to be smooth runnings for him. And none of them can do Lawrence nothing. None of them can do Lawrence nothing. Because anyone to make Lawrence head hurt him, the whole of them are going to get arrested. And I'm going to make sure the whole of them get arrested by the FBI. You don't want to test me? None of them can make Lawrence head hurt him. So people tell Lawrence, get security. Protect yourself, Lawrence. But still, I don't with you. Because you shouldn't be the MP. You're not an MP candidate. But I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. The way they treated you. Just like, I don't like Craig Oates, but I'm with him because of the way they treated him. I don't know Alric that well, but I'm with him because of the way they treated him. The whole damn Dally House come tumble down. And when Mocha done and put out Scotty secrets, them, only Jesus. Let me hear you say amen. Only Jesus. Only Jesus. Jamaica is a God-blessed place. Jamaica is a country with people who love and love them neighbor. And we have a look of problems and quirks. But we are the greatest little island in this world. And it's time that we stop playing fools to rich white people. It is time that we stop playing fools and talk about we are PNP and we are JLP. So we hold certain arguments and we're not doing certain things. I'm not telling you to go vote Labour right here. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you don't vote for them. Don't vote for them, man. Don't make them man the leader of this country. If you have a leader who could not sit down with a man, Neera Tandem. Neera Tandem is this very bright Indian American black woman. Quite liberal. Out there on the way left liberal. Neera Tandem. Very bright woman. And when Biden won, Biden wanted her to be chair of Office of Budget and Management. I think he wanted her to head up the Office of Budget and Management, which is a Senate appointment, which will mean that she would have to face Senate confirmation. And all of the Republican senators, them said them not give the time of day. And some Democratic senators whom she has been criticizing over the years on television and in her articles about how feckless they are, how ballsless they are, and she criticized them enormously. And her dream job, which Biden proposed to give to her, slip out her hand. Biden just meet with her. That's all right. Can't get her one because you have to face the Senate, and give her one when you have to face the Senate. And she work in the White House. Leaders must be able to promise something to somebody, and when it do come to you, sit down and talk to them about it. You don't set them up and constantly try to undermine them and push them and create all kind of mental issues in them headspace and send them off go do all kind of things and cause all kind of mischief, and then you see them and remove them. It's not right. But them man has never done anything that is right. Them not live on that side of the track. They believe in doing things a particular way, and it is not the right way. We can't make them lead our country. It's as simple as that. It's not bad. The economy is getting better. We have lived how many years under the JLP? Food is still too expensive. The supermarket prices have got it high. But Gungu town still $300 a pound with the one that is on shell. Things are getting better. The economy is looking better. I mean, we still have a little problems, a little quirks and some hicks there. But we have always been able to live above it. And with all the things that have been announced by the Prime Minister, Jamaica is on the road. You hear Lisa Anna tell them to go listen to that video again. Go watch that video that Lisa Anna did. Lisa had outlined to us how great opportunities exist now in 2025, and we all should grab onto it. Some people talking about the youths, them feel like nothing now going for them. Of course, nothing now going for them. Them don't want to work. And for those of you who feel like the youths feel like nothing now going for them, that's because them I tell you say nothing now going for them, but them don't want to work. How can you have a constituency with 4 high-rise development taking place? And man now flood this up within walking distance. Because let's be reasonable. And let's be realistic. $3,000, $5,000, $4,000 a day for laborer. If you live far to take 2 bucks, that never cut it. But you live within walking distance of these developments, and it not only now flack up there. They don't want to work. Something in this community. Lots of masons. I mean, good masons, and every one of them work. The one them do labor work, yeah, but what do it, you know? Yeah, but guess what? Them have bed for sleeping and roof over them head. When them wake up, them know where them food a come from. And when party a keep on the battlefield, everybody trash like garbage bag. Them don't want nothing. They don't want to work. They don't want nobody to entertain. One just come from prison the other day, went to the prison boat. And I tell you from where? From which community? Not from here, but from a community because he linked me. Went to prison when about 14, spent about 17 years in prison. Went to prison when about 14 or 15. Come back. Spent 11 years in prison. Come back. Check a brethren of mine and tell the brethren to call me. My brethren are talking by the phone. Can you know who there? Who? Yeah? And where I say? Put him on the man. What? No, I say, when did I do? Boy, there look like life good with him, you know. I was spliffing him left and a special name right hand. So I spoke to him. So where that man? Boy, you know say. You know Miss Karen? You know what I want to do? And the computer business more I get into. I want to laugh. But I couldn't laugh. Because I don't know what I mean. I just come from prison about 2 days. With a split them left and a special name right hand. My brother I tell me, oh, him look cool and nice and sweet. So I said to him, look, I get have a boyfriend at prison. Oh, yes, Mama, man. Sure, what do you say you go on, you know, man? But yeah, man, hear me. I want to get to the computer business. I want to work in the computer business. I am still trying to process what exactly mean by that. Which means that if I was about to say to him, say, listen, there's this development going on nearby you. Can we seek out developments where they go on nearby? So we can guide people where they can go. Places where they have to pay up for bus fare. Down here, so it's not even bus fare come up. A Francine, not going to drive everybody go up on the site. Francine, they have a look van. Me never figure out how I'm going to give Francine that money yet for gas. But so far, for 3 mornings straight, Francine, carry them up there, go get them in tune with the thing and line them up to get the work. And then we don't see nobody else the morning. The whole of last week, we're up busy. It's only the Tyler film crew, wait. They don't want nothing. Man say want to work in the computer business, and so therefore if me even broach a subject about a construction site, that probably shoot me over 4 million dollars. So me I try to process that. So I say if see if me can line up I work in the computer business for him. And I said to myself, I said to my brother afterwards, after I'm gone, and we attacked, I said, I wonder if I'm suffering from some kind of mental thing. He said, no man, I'm good man, nothing to do him. Not a thing to do that fool. But in what I work in the computer business, just coming from prison, 11 years. I don't know, are we teaching, do we have a computer classes in prison now? I don't know. I don't know. I need to find out those things. I need to have those information. I'm going to find out those things. Michelle, make a note. We need to check if the prisons them have any computer class thing going on, because this is strange. So don't worry about the youth them complain about nothing now going for them. It's wicked and lie and don't want nothing to do. Them life made. All of them got them life made. Every single one of them. I go to the shop yesterday evening. A couple of them sit down under the bingo table. That is not a bingo table anymore. But now play bingo just there. It just there to play music and them just sit down and drink and smoke ganja and laugh. And when me a pass cross. What? Good evening, Mama said, gentlemen. Yes, mommy. Them bow down kind of antics. One of them said to me, say, you have ice cream round here? I said, I'm going to look on that fool. Him asking me if I have ice cream, but his ice cream myself. This is something I go on with them. Them don't want nothing to do, and then him bust out a big laugh. Bust out a big laugh like it's funny. So nobody come on the foolishness. But nothing now go on for the youth. Them you telling us nothing now go on for them? Which you telling us nothing now go on for them? Them damn lie and cruel and wicked. She know nothing now go on for you, and boy nobody no business with me. Them don't want nothing. And whatever it is that them want, them getting it clearly. Them not suffering, them not dead for hungry. The body not struggle to put on a pot. Them nobody look like people that come from foreign and bring clothes for them. Them have it made. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to stop now because I lick my finger and it's hurting. So I'm going to stop now. So let me look if there's anything I want to say to anybody here who want to talk to me about something. Oh yeah, true. Alright, everybody good? Did we have any fun? Them that stop with the scamming thing, and very few of them are a scam. God have mercy. Everybody Irish, bless up yourself. That is good. Alright, everybody, I think this was enough fun for tonight. I asked that everyone send out a prayer for Lawrence Rowe. He's not MP material, but they shouldn't have treated him this way. Those of you who have his number, reach out to him, send him a text, encourage him, and bless him up. The people of Central Kingston, the few ticky I don't know support Lawrence, because we don't have no influence. We don't make nice. We have no influence with nobody. What we do is start the nice making and surround yourself with Lawrence and, you know, keep close to him. There's not a time for him to be alone. It's not. He need people. Everybody need people, especially in time like these. People need people. You need the people around you. Lawrence, if you're watching, never mind, Papa. Never mind. God is not dead, he's alive. And I'm one of those who believe that everything happens because the universe wills it. So, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. That's the only way. God bless you, Lawrence Rowe. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a lot of fun. God bless you all. Make sure I know if I lock this off before I say all of that. Okay, got it. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody, and please remember to keep the children safe. All right? Good night. That looked like it, yeah? And then that.